Hello and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and today we are headed down to the shop. We cut the grass at the end of the last video. In fact, we had this tractor cutting the grass at the end of the last video. So now we need to start moving our fields on. We need to get the wheat planted. So I'm going to do that in the oat field. That means we need to get that field baled and mulched, and we also have the canola field to get mulched and the wheat field to get baled and mulched. So we're going to be doing a lot of baling today. First though, we need to ted the grass, so we're going to get both tractors working on jobs. We've got the 7810 following me at the moment because I have the follow me mod. And we've bought them both up here so that we can get our first two pieces of equipment. Now, we only have 40,000 in the bank, so I've got to make my money go further. And we have quite a few items that we need to buy. I need a mulcher, I need a tedder, and I need a windrower. So the mulcher, that is up here. And we're going to use a mod for this. And we're going to use this, the Knosh, the Speedmax 5600, which is a variation of this. I think this is the front mounted one, and this is the rear mounted one. So we're going to go with the rear mounted one. It is, yeah, fairly, yeah. So this has got the old options of either rear attachment or front attachment, which the base game one doesn't have, which is why I like it. We've got a rubber lip, yes or no. I'm gonna go with no because it adds a load of cost, and I don't think we need that. And I think we can't really afford to buy it. It is only gonna cost us yeah, actually we'll lease it for this year, and we're returning it 420 back. So yes, we're gonna lease that this year. And then I also want to go and grab myself a tedder at the moment. So tedders, I want to get the Sammers for 16,500. I think we'll buy this outright. It's got, so this is 8.9 meters versus, actually, no, we're going to save money. We want to save money at the moment. We'll save 10,000. And we'll go with the little Potinger one. So I'm going to buy that outright for 6,000. That is a good price for that as well. And then in a bit, we're going to come back for a windrower. And I'm going to come and grab this because the dual windrower will be really good. And we can use both tractors together to get that. But we'll come back and get that later. So we're down to 39,000, having leased one item and purchased the other. I think not doing frivolous spending at the moment would be a good idea. So let's take the hired worker off 7810. And this will require the horsepower of the 7810. So I did double check this, and it's 130 horsepower for this. So connect that up, lift it, and then we'll reverse this tractor out the way. I really do think these two tractors working together are great. Absolutely love the setup we've got here with these two John Deeres. And then we'll get the Alpine here and grab this. So this is going to take us a little bit longer because we do have that that extra bit of, or we've lost the extra width that I was originally going to go with. But it makes more sense to me to do this. So we will follow that like so. Right. And we'll head back down to the farm and get to work. And the first field we're going to get to work on actually is just here. I'm going to bring both tractors in this way. We'll get the 7810 in. Take the hired worker off that, bring this into here and set that going. Yeah, that will work fine. And we're going to go down to the bottom and get to work on the grass field that got cut last time. So for this series, I returned to something that I did in FS22. We are going to be running the map at 10 times. So that means that we should have a day go in about an hour and a bit. I found with the last series that I was having trouble getting everything done in time. So, or having trouble sort of getting all my recordings done. So that should speed things up here. This grass has begun to grow again. So I'm quite pleased that we've kind of got onto here, and we are going to get another cut from here. Means we don't need a roller for this cut, but next cut we will do, and we'll be able to roll it as we go into December maybe, or even late November. And yeah, you can see the grass that's been cut sitting there underneath, turning very nicely to hay. We should get a really good amount of it. Now, I'm intrigued to see what happens underneath the arches over here, because of course it was piling up a little bit strangely either side when the mower was cutting it. As we come down and round here, it flings nothing there. Does it fling anything underneath? No, it just does a pile right beside it. Yeah, it really doesn't like doing stuff underneath this viaduct. Kind of makes me think the way I deal with this field is going to be a little bit interesting. I'm actually considering the bottom half of here, making this grass field down here, and then where the bend in the river is here, anywhere sort of south of that, i.e. dead ahead of us, we'll make that into an arable field, and I think that will give us a good balance. I love the view underneath this viaduct. It is just absolutely gorgeous down here, and with the mist just hanging around in the bottom of the river valley here, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It gives such atmosphere to the map and just looks incredible. I find myself taking screenshots all the time around here just because of the beauty of this map. It's pretty exceptional, to be honest. And just, yeah, look at that. That is amazing, absolutely amazing. Now I need to make sure I'm lined up in the right place, which I am not. Yeah. Oop. I got the back down. We got the front down. I keep lowering that front weight, which is not good. Not good at all. Set that down. And away we go. Perfect. Yeah, so used to lifting and lowering the front and back together. But I keep lowering that front weight, which of course is not helping anybody. With this growth here, it is quite hard to see exactly where I've been before and where I haven't. If I turn the lines on, then it is much easier, because obviously the lines that I've already been on are grayed out, and therefore it allows me to follow it a lot more easily. The bottom end of this field is very sort of cut off from the top end, really. That bend in the river would be a perfect spot to go and get this to sort of divide off a grass area down the bottom, and I think we're going to get a lot of bales off this field. So that is at least a good thing for us to then really just top up after that, especially as we're not going to be able to afford that many cows initially. I think, well, I think both to set up the dairy side and to get the vineyard set up, we're probably going to have to borrow some money. So if I can get the cows based on what we sell crops for this year, that would be very useful to fund the dairy side of the farm from this year's crops would be great, and then we can make cheese and and start selling that off, and hopefully things will just snowball from there. I think we've got everything down this end. Down there, yes. Right, so we can start working our way back across the field over here. And then there's just the rest of it to go. It is 11:30, and we seem to be making decent progress. It looks like the 7810 has completed its task, so I wonder if I can set this now to go with a hired worker doing this. I think this will be really telling. If I can do a hired worker on tedding this, that would be good. I'm hoping I can do a hired worker on the windrowing. That's what I really want. But we need to go and get the 7810 and get that sorted. I think actually if I set a hired worker doing this, we're going to be doing it on a different side of the field to where it already is. So we will get this job finished with this, and then we'll go and grab the windrower and we'll get both tractors working on this field. At the very least, we need to get this road up today, if not baled. Because, to be honest, I think getting the other two fields baled is probably a higher priority at the moment. Right, so let's take this. Let's get the AI worker on here. Let's go like that and see if this will actually do here, or whether it's going to go and start and do the whole field again. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's just going to go and work around. But that is lining itself up for the headlands. So, nope. That answers that question. We are going to have to complete this field ourselves. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, it looks like, yeah, we are going to be delayed a little bit longer before we can row this up. Because we've got to do it ourselves. Thinking about it, the only field I need to turn around is the oat field. That's the only one that needs turning around quickly. So if we get a windrower and get this field windrowed, and then we get baling on the other one, we then should be able to use 7810 to bale the oats field and bale this field. And we can clear off the oats field and get it mulched fairly quickly tomorrow, and then we'll get it planted as well, and that gets the wheat in before the end of September. It means we're going to have quite a bit packed in on that oat field, and possibly a better way to have done this would have been to put this tractor with the tedder on a hired worker on here, but at the end of the day, I kind of wanted to use this tractor. We've not really had much use of it ourselves yet, and getting it working with this tedder here seemed to be the perfect way for me to get to know it. I think if I learned anything today, it's that I need to get course play on here. I would love to just engage the hired worker at this point and get them to work the rest of the field. Have them recognize where we've already gone with the GPS and have it just finish things off. Unfortunately, that's not how it's working for this kind of job. This kind of job, it just wants to do the whole field. So as a result, it would be great to sort of get course play on here and go, right, start from the position I'm at. That would be very, very useful. Having said that, if I look at the white lines around the edge, it does show that it doesn't think that I've been there. It doesn't think that I've been on those lines. So it may be that it's working from that assumption, and that's why it's starting on the edges, because when I initially started this field, I didn't use the GPS. Our final row, and it's just coming up to 2:30 in the afternoon. Thankfully, the windrow we're going to get is much bigger, much wider. Will allow this tractor to get around this field fairly quickly, and while we're doing that, we're going to bale up field 32. So we'll fold this up. I'm going to drop our tether here off back at the farm, and we'll head up to the shop and go and grab ourselves a windrower. One thing I want to test on here is how well the map navigation works. So what we're going to do is buy the windrower. Park this over here. So we're going to go and buy the windrower. Actually, we're going to lease the windrower. There we go. Windrowers. Yeah, this one here. We're going to lease this. Requires 80 horsepower, so we've got enough with our tractor. Financing it would be 3,000. Oh, no. Cancel that. We'll lease this for now. And we'll keep this for a few months. It's going to cost us 195 a month, which isn't great. But should get the job done for now. We can then return this over the winter, where we won't be doing any of this work, and hopefully afford it in the new year. But yeah, I don't want to be spending 3,000 a month for the next 6 months, really. Okay, so now we're going to go to the active workers here. We're going to select this. We're going to create job, field work, and we're going to send it down to here. And there. And start job. It does seem to be driving to field. Yep, that seems to be working. And that means that we can jump into this tractor here. I need to go and put my mulcher away. But this field here has been mulched absolutely fine. That's perfect. And we can jump in the baler on this then and start getting that oat field baled for the rest of the day. And if we have time, we can bale the wheat field as well. And then all we need to do next time is get those bales collected up. Where can we put this? I think, actually, I'm going to reverse out here. And we can put this in here with the plow and the cultivator and the windrower. Not the windrower, the tedder. Let's reverse that there, drop that off. Right, and now we'll head back round the other side, and I'm going to grab the baler that we repaired last time, sitting nicely nestled back here. Gonna have to work out, we might need to get another shed in at some point, because everything's nicely nestled back here. But I think we could do with redistributing things a little bit. Bring this here. Just seen our other tractor go past. So that is going as it should. And this, we've got some round bale net in it, thankfully. So we'll unfold it, start it up, and down and into the field we go. Perfect. And I'm going to turn on the auto drop just to make things that little bit easier. Look at that as we come to the bottom of the field there. There's our other tractor that has successfully navigated its way to the field and is going to start rowing things up. That is awesome. That is very, very impressive. Only downside to this baler really is the bale size. We can only create 125 centimeter bales with it. And as a result, we end up with more bales to have to clear off here. Not a huge problem as we're so close to our farm and we'll be able to get them picked up fairly quickly. But yeah, not exactly the greatest fun. And we're at 98, 99. There we go. And I want to... we're going to put these straight into our bale store. We've already created 4, maybe 5 bales, I think. 4 bales so far, so we're working on our 5th bale. And yeah, should have these cleared before the end of the day. That means that next time it literally is going to be clearing this bale, this field of bales with the telehandler as quickly as possible. And then after that, getting this field not only mulched, but also probably cultivated and seeded. Yeah, we're gonna have to have both tractors doing that. So once we got it mulched, we can get this field cultivated, and then behind that we can get it seeded and then finally rolled. So yeah, there's a huge amount of work to do on this field. The next day, once we've cleared the bales off, and that's the trouble, clearing the bales off is going to be our first task. Hopefully we can do that fairly quickly. I'm wondering if just for this year, and with the amount of bales that we're going to have kicking around, it might be worth hiring a bale collector, getting all these bales picked up, and then that leaves things pretty easy for us afterwards. I'm going through and doing every other row on here because that is just speeding things up that little bit, and we will make it back to the farm side without too much hassle as a result. So yeah, this is a much better way, I find, of doing it. You have a much smaller or much bigger turning circle to hit the next row, and you work your way from the top end of the field to the bottom end, back up to the top end, and just works very smoothly and very efficiently. So yeah, bigger circle to turn in here, and means you can line up much more easily when you're getting your next row. What's happening with our tractor down the bottom of the field there? Oh my lord, how has he got himself into the river? This is not good. The hired worker has somehow got into the river, so let's take that hired worker off. And I'm gonna have to, well, we're just gonna go for it straight through. Thankfully, it's not that deep a river, but yeah, that is not good news. Let's see if the hired worker will continue on from here. I'm hoping so. Yeah, it recognizes where it's been, I think, and it's gonna continue on from there. But that was not good news at all. That was, that's delayed this job quite a bit. How long was that hired worker down that end, the other side of the river, giving that tractor a wash? That's a little bit concerning. It hasn't even finished a headland. That is not great. Last little bit, and I don't think we're going to get another bale off this. But yeah, we got plenty of straw left to get. In fact, I missed quite a bit off that row. But there's lots of straw actually here that's been driven over and doesn't seem to be able to be picked up by the baler. We have got this little bit here though. Yeah, just missed that. And that should clear things up. I think we're all done on this field. So that is this field done. Looks like it's going to be tomorrow before the windrowing is done. So we will pick that up. And first thing we're going to have to do next time is pick the bales up. But that is it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.